Hey Facebook, thanks for joining us this morning. We have got a great show coming up. Stay with us. Talk to you in a little bit. Tell your friends and family to join us this morning. We are practicing social distancing this morning. We are here and you are there.
Girl I've never seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network.
WDJO, Cincinnati.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Good morning, everyone. We are all here surviving social distancing. I call it the SSD. My name's Gary Rossignol, a rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and your host every Saturday morning here on WDJO. We are all about having fun, learn something new, and enjoy music. And this morning I have a friend and a colleague. He's been with us many times. However, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
A little while. One of the best darn mortgage loan officers in town.
Thank you, Gary.
Now with Home Savings Bank, I call him my friend, Mr. Russell Kling.
Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. Oh, crowds are applauding you on. Standing ovation. Thank you, folks. We appreciate that. But first, before we get into the show, I'd like to give you an opportunity to win a $10 gift card to drive through Starbucks.
Can't win.
And all you need to do is pick up your phone, dial 513-563-1480, and answer this question. Russell got it right away.
I did.
He's a sharp cookie. This country music artist and actress is sometimes referred to as the Queen of Country. She sold a ton of albums and won a Golden Globe Award for Best Performance in a TV series, musical or comedy, starring her own show. Name this artist. 513-563-1480. Who was referred to as the Queen of Country and had her own TV show, which she won a Golden Globe Award. That's huge.
That is big.
She was big. She had like 18 number one hits.
Well, my first guess wasn't right. It was my second one.
Either one of them was good, but
yep.
Yeah,
we'll see how many people get it right.
That's right. So call us up, 513-563-1480. You can get a gift card to Starbucks. You can do the drive-through, and it's just as good as if you had to get out of your car and walk in. You know, it's kind of fun. We've been eating big. I mean, Friday nights, they've got a family meal at Jags.
That you take out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, big, huge pieces of cod, green beans, mac and cheese, coleslaw, and a whole apple pie.
Oh, wow.
and big potato things, and it's enough to feed our whole family.
Well, it's good to see that the people are supporting the local businesses and doing takeout orders and trying to keep people employed.
And Jags in Westchester, they are the best restaurant in town. My son-in-law is head chef there, and they are doing carry-out like crazy. So, I mean, they had like 1,000 orders or something for that yesterday.
That's a lot.
It was huge. So support your local restaurants. Smoothie King. I go in there in the afternoon and get my smoothie fix. Carry out. Great stuff. But Jags, Smoothie King, great places. Patronize them, folks. You can't beat it. So you've been a mortgage loan officer for how long now? As long as I've been licensed.
As long as you've been in real estate. So we're probably over 30 years at this point.
Oh, yeah, right.
And still love it every day.
We just get better.
We do, and you never see the same thing twice. It's different things come up all the time. Kind of like the world we live in now is a little different than what it used to be.
Had we guessed this would be going on?
Never.
No. But I was reminded that we have to follow our protocol, our code of ethics. We have to follow that to the T. Even in all this, we don't avoid that. I got a lot of realtors who tune in, folks. Follow your board's directive. The Ohio Association, the Cincinnati Board, and the NAR follow their directives. Just practice being safe, and we are allowed to continue doing business as usual. I've got two appointments. I one today at noon and one on Monday, and working with a couple buyers. And you're dealing. I'm
as busy as can be. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a strange, as I said, strange place that we're in today, but we keep going.
So you're with Home Savings Bank, and what drew you to that? I know you took a little hiatus there for about 6 months.
I did, and unfortunately, I still love this business so much. I jumped back into it, but Home Savings Bank is we're a real bank based out of Youngstown, Ohio, and we have a lending office here in Cincinnati. And one of the things that when I sat down and spoke with them is they will find whatever way possible to get a loan to work. Mm-hmm. And that is not something you find every day anymore. There's a lot of lenders that, hey, if it doesn't fit the box, sorry, can't help you.
Most of them are that way.
Yeah, and we do a lot of portfolio lending, and I've always been a big fan of portfolio lending because not everybody fits that box. And
you have your own underwriting, don't you?
We have our own underwriting.
There you go. That's the key.
And I talked to the head guy there, and that was probably the deciding factor. He said, I will find a way to get this thing to work.
That's cool.
And my very first deal that I did, I put it in, and it was not the prettiest thing, because people like to kind of test you to see. And I put it in, and he's looking at it. He says, it doesn't fit this box, and it doesn't fit that box, but we'll put it in this box because we want to get it done. Yeah. We want to get it done for you, the customer, and your referral partners. We want to make sure everybody's happy.
Especially if you go online to those online mortgage loan servicing companies, you don't know if they're in the United States or in another country when you're communicating with them. You don't pick up the phone. You can't talk to them. You do everything online, and if it doesn't fit their thing, you don't get it.
And I spoke with a customer yesterday. It was very similar that they had spoken with an out-of-state lender, and when they got all the documents, they had no clue what was in there. And they said, well, can you take a look at it for us and let me know? And they were charging them like 3 points and all this kind of stuff, and their costs were outrageous. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, that doesn't make sense for me to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes they just call you up just asking for advice, and that's what we're there to do is give them advice.
This deal I was telling you about off the air that we ended up getting wrapped up yesterday. Now we're heading towards the closing, but the buyer's initial offer asked for 3% closing costs. Now, we're talking about a $358,000 transaction. 3% of that's
a lot of money.
I went $10,000 for closing costs, and I asked the other agent. I says, "What lender are you working with? I mean, what lender in all of Ohio needs $10,000 in closing costs?" She goes, "Oh, that's what their lender wanted to put in." I says, "Well, you need to go back to them and have them sharpen their pencil a little bit." So then they came back and asked for $4,500, and I said, "No, that's
much more reasonable." Yeah.
Jeez. So what does Home Savings Bank? Well, I guess you have your own underwriting.
Yep.
I mean, you go and talk to the underwriter.
And I can pick up the phone and speak with them anytime.
And their goal is to get it done. Yep. Get her done. So how does that help separate you from the competition?
It depends on what day of the week it is, but lately, it's just finding the right product for the right customer.
I mean, let's face it; they're probably shopping 2 or 3 lenders.
Most customers do. They take the referral from the agent that they're working with, and they'll say, "Hey, who's going to fit my needs to get me into this house?" And you're really good about it. We have like a first-time home buyer program that, hands down, is probably the best out there.
Yeah, we'll get into details on that.
And we have other great portfolio loans that don't fit the box, Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA, all that kind of stuff. So it gives us that flexibility that, if they don't quite fit there, we can put them in another product. And that is, you really want to help every customer,
right,
if you can. And we help a lot more customers than the average lender does.
So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Home Savings Bank and Mr. Russell Kling. Call him at 513-543-7348 if you have any questions. And you know what? In today's, I don't call it pandemic, I call it panorama. That's my word for it, because it's all how you take a look at things. But we are business as usual. We are an essential business.
Yes.
You and I are both fall into that category, so we are just forging ahead. So call Mr. Russell Kling, 513-543-7348. You couldn't find a better time. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make when they're shopping for a home is not arranging for financing. How hard is that to do?
I still get a couple calls from some agents that will say, hey, we just went out and signed a contract. They need to get a loan. And I'm like, well, haven't they talked to a lender yet? And they say, oh, no.
Oh.
And it's, I kind of cringe a little bit and say, okay. And,
They said they're okay for it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and most of the time they work out. But every once in a while, it's like, I can't help them. And
got champagne taste on a beer budget. Yeah.
Sometimes that happens, or there's a glitch in their credit that needs to be fixed, or there's things sometimes that that I've had one that they were employed as a salaried employee, and then they went on a straight commission.
Oh,
well, that throws a whole different wrench.
Got their real estate license, huh?
So it's just things happen that you really, if you're looking to buy a home, you really need to talk to a lender first.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't. There are not many realtors that want to drive somebody all over town, show them all these houses, and then say, oh, you got to get your loan now, and find out that they've just wasted all that time and energy.
That's right. It's not fair to the buyer. It's not fair to the sellers or either realtors involved. That just doesn't work. I'd like to take this moment and express my gratitude to all the troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare. Our nurses, doctors, nurses' aides, healthcare staff, EMT staff, police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I can't express that anymore. We just love them to death, especially today. If you have a question for us, you can call us at 513-563-1480. I know the phone's been ringing off the hook, right, Dan? Yeah. How many winners we have? Two? All
Two
right.
winners?
That was too easy. I thought it was going to be a tough question. But, well, that's fine. If you're thinking about making a purchase, whether it's, and I have buyers call and I ask them three questions. Number one, have you ever bought a house before? If not, we need to get together. I like to walk them through the whole process from the start to the finish so that they know what to expect. Mm-hmm. They know the right questions to ask. They know what's in that purchase contract and how to deal with it, the time deadlines. And that timing is everything. And I also, number two question is, have you been to the bank? Do you have your financing in order? Well, no, I mean, we're good with it. We got a good down payment, and we bought houses before. When's the last time? It was about 15 years ago. Well, I'm sure you're okay.
Things have changed.
Your mom's sure you're okay. But you know what? We have to convince the seller and the mortgage lender and the appraiser. We have to convince all of them. And the only way to do that is to get pre-qualified. So you need to call Russell, 513-543-7348. And it's just a phone call. What do? You check their credit scores?
Well, usually it's a conversation first. We find out what they're trying to accomplish, and then start kind of getting an idea of the type of financing that they may be interested in. How much money they have for down payment, their credit history. You get a kind of a background information before you just jump right in, because you want to make sure that they're in line. Or sometimes it's like, hey, we need, can we do this? Can you get a gift? Can you get a cosigner? Can you get, whatever we're going to need before we go and start pulling their credit and running what they call AUS and all that stuff to make sure that they can get them qualified. So it's communication is probably the number one thing when it comes to talking to the buyers.
Yeah. And that opens up a whole other can of worms, reaching out to family or relatives or friends to help with your down payment. I know I'd like to thank the Ohio Association of Realtors. They've been really pushing this
right there.
home buyer savings plan, which allows a buyer to set up a savings account for down payment, which, let's say you got a married couple like folks we're working with. Of course, they don't need the down payment savings plan. They have the money available to get what they want. However, if somebody doesn't and they're planning on buying a house in like a year, like maybe after they get married, good example, they could set up this savings plan, and they can have their friends and family and relatives and everyone put money into this savings plan for their down payment rather than going and buying another crock pot, which, you get 2 or 3 of if you're not careful at your wedding.
It's very similar to the like the college plan that the state of Ohio has. Is what they're trying to gear it towards. And then you can put a certain amount in every year up to, I think it's 15 years, or a total of on joint filers, yes. It would be $100,000 or individual up to $50,000.
And anybody can put money in it.
Anybody can put
Grandma,
money into
grandpa, aunt, and uncle,
And it grows basically tax-free money, which is wonderful. So it's a great. Now it hasn't passed yet. It's still. I think they're still working on.
Almost there.
They're still working on it. But I think it's one of those that there's not very much downside to this type of bill. A lot of upside that helps everybody in the business.
Right. Now, all my realtor friends tuning in, I know you've got the notices from NAR and OAR. Well, basically OAR sending for you to vote for this thing, and I'm not going to tell you how to vote, to do or not to do, but I did.
It's good for the business.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's just another tool in your toolbox to have to help your buyers out with this. So I would suggest go online. It's really simple. It takes 30 seconds to vote yes for this. And I know there's been thousands of realtors in Ohio have voted yes for that already. So that's a good thing to do.
It's called the First Time Home Buyer Savings Act.
That's right, yeah. And it's in the Senate. It's going to be passed probably any time now. So anyhow, if you do have a question for us or a comment, please call us, 513-563-1480. We'd love to hear from you. If you like us on Facebook, like my page, like my post, let everybody know that you're watching. I know Carol's watching. Jane Remax Real is watching. Thank you, folks, for watching. I appreciate that. And there's dozens of others. But thanks for being on with us. We're going to go away for our first break. And then when we get back, we're going to have a moment with Myles. And then Russell and I will answer the question, what do doctors, dentists, veterinarians, and military have in common? I thought that was kind of cute. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Kick off your shoes and start losing the blues.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
American woman.
Together again. Live in concert. Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings. Saturday, June 13th, Rose Music Center at the Heights. Celebrating music from the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive and Burton Cummings. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and RoseMusicCenter.com.
For more than 80 years, Ulmer's Auto Care has been providing exceptional automotive service and repair on the east side of Cincinnati. With 2 convenient locations in Anderson Township and Milford, Ulmer's is committed to taking care of all your automotive service needs as efficiently and dependably as possible. Providing service beyond compare is more than just a motto, it's what they do. With a complimentary shuttle service to work or home, a fleet of 16 loaner vehicles for you to use while your vehicle's being serviced, and a 3-year or 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repairs. Generation after generation has come to know that Almers is committed to getting you back on the road as quickly and painlessly as possible. Almers Auto Care is located on Salem Road in Anderson Township and at the 5 Points intersection in Milford, caring for you and your vehicle since 1936.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years experience. Cooper Electric. Make safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
Welcome to Mount Healthy Auto Body. What can we do for you today?
I need a little cosmetic work.
Ma'am, you're at Mount Healthy Auto Body? We're talking about body work for your car.
From minor touch-ups to major mess-ups, the name you need to remember is Mount Healthy Auto Body. Keep the name and the number handy. Mount Healthy Auto Body, 521-8600. Mount Healthy Auto Body, precision collision repair since 1930. 521-8600. Come see them at 1595 Madison Avenue, 1 block north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway in beautiful Mount Healthy.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for listening, folks. You'll be glad you did. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor. And anyhow, now is the moment we've been waiting for.
So I'm sailing for tomorrow.
This is Mr. Myles Beersford. He's the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group. And this is a moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend, and another happy Saturday here in beautiful downtown Cincinnati. The governor of the state of Ohio has listed the real estate industry as an essential business in Ohio. All RE/MAX Preferred Group agents are equipped and capable to conduct their business from remote locations and to communicate with you via all the technology that our innovative industry has developed over the years. The Cincy MLS has developed a heightened set of rules for showing properties, and the agents have been informed on all precautions to take when working with the public. 6 of our RE/MAX Preferred Group offices are open for business to our agents for the essential in-person activities, and each office has taken extra precautions with regards to social distancing and sanitary conditions. Our ancillary businesses and associated businesses are assuring us that they are taking similar precautions as it pertains to their specialties. Let's be safe out there. And that's this morning's moment with Myles.
Thank you, Myles. I knew you would say something like that. That's why we didn't talk about it. Left that up for you. That's fantastic. Great. That is Mr. Myles Beersford along with his lovely wife, Christine. They are the captains of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group. By the way, RE/MAX Preferred Group is the largest RE/MAX office in the entire state of Ohio. That's fantastic. And I'm so happy and proud to be part of that organization. It's like a big family. We really do take strides, and we're just having fun with it. What else? What else can you do?
If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong business.
That's good point. Good point. Later in the show, we're going to have Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You don't want to miss that. Next week, my guest is going to be Lisa McIntyre. She's the owner of Dry Effect Restoration Services, and they stay busy
this time of year. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We have a lot of regular listeners each week, and I'm so happy and grateful for each and every one of you. Keep telling your friends to tune in. Like us on Facebook. Like us, again, shout out to Carol from South Lebanon. Jim T. recuperating from knee surgery. Lori's listening. Jen, Steph, Mary Jo. Renee's probably listening, isn't she?
She better be.
Say hi, Renee.
Good morning, Renee.
Without our better halves, we wouldn't be here, would we?
She's my rock and my biggest supporter.
Same here, too. I'll tell you what, Mary Jo, you're the best. She packed me a sandwich and made my smoothie and got me out the door on time, and here we are. So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Home Savings Bank and Mr. Russell Kling, 513-543-7348. If you're thinking about getting a loan, be cautious of going online. I know it's convenient, but there's a lot of small print you don't know about. There's those empty boxes that need to be filled to get your loan through. They don't have those boxes. They don't have personality. They don't get to meet you or talk to you, ask you the right questions. You want to talk with a local mortgage loan officer, and the best in town, the best in business, been around here for over 30 years, is Russell Kling. You've seen it all, you've done it all, and you keep learning more and more every day.
I thought I saw it all until the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So the big question today is, what do doctors, dentists, veterinarians, and the military have in common?
Also first-time home buyers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We have all those products that offer zero down for buying a home.
And no private mortgage insurance.
No PMI. Well, VA loans maybe, because they have the VA funding fee.
Well, yeah, but
they can still walk in with no down payment. But the doctors, we have a doctor loan that doesn't require for buying a home.
And no private mortgage insurance.
No PMI. Well, VA loans maybe, because they have the VA funding fee.
Well, yeah, but
they can still walk in with no down payment. But the doctors, we have a doctor loan that doesn't require down payment or PMI, and the same thing with the first-time home buyer program that we have. It's a zero down.
Now, the interest rates on those have got to be out the ceiling.
They're very competitive.
Really?
Yes, very, very competitive. They're priced a little bit differently than the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, because we generally use our own funds. It's our own portfolio loan.
Oh, okay.
So we're not selling them to Fannie or Freddie. It's something we do internally.
All right. Wow.
It's a great program.
And I have a doctor buyer who just loves it.
Yep. We've been working with him for a while. You just got to find the right house.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking to some builders this week, talking about building, which...
That's another great. That's one of our expertise is construction loans.
Yeah,
we're very, very good at construction loans.
Now that takes a little know-how to take a house from nothing. I mean, not even a hole in the ground, to being handed the keys.
It's an exciting time for somebody to watch that happen. To watch it go from pieces of paper to a hole in the ground to a foundation to all of a sudden they go out there one day and there's wall, that's under roof and there's walls, and it's just, it's a fascinating journey to build your own home.
Yeah, that's great. So we mentioned our veterans, which thank you, veterans and first responders. Those are the folks who selflessly give themselves so we have our freedoms in the United States, and especially in today's situation, they are really relied upon more and more every day, and they deserve something special, and they have the VA loan.
Yeah, the VA loan's been out there for a long time. I think it was started back in the 30s or early 40s. And it's a very well-performing loan because the veterans are very good about repaying their debts. So it's the VA loves doing the zero-down loans all day long for them.
Now, I'm looking to you, my fellow realtors, and I know when you have the listing and we bring... Lee Wong's watching. Thanks, Lee. We're voting for you, my friend. I've got Lee Wong watching me on Facebook. Great. I'm glad you are. So go out and vote for Lee. He's the best. He gives his life to our community. He just does. He's very, very, very nice man. Marty Young's watching. Anyhow, but when we present a VA loan to our seller, sometimes they kind of give them a negative, like it's going to cost them extra money, or it's not as attractive loan as a 20% down, because a 0% down they think that's it's less important or something. So fellow realtors, when you get a VA financed loan, thank them for their service and present that offer that it is probably one of the most safe types of financing you can get. Mm-hmm. It benefits our veteran. They deserve it. It is a rock solid loan.
It is, and generally the buyers are great buyers.
Anything.
Well, it does a little bit. The VA does require the seller to pay for the termite inspection,
unless Unless the termite inspection is part of the whole house inspection.
Correct.
Right.
But otherwise, it's required. So that's minimal. I mean, that's you can build that into the price negotiations if they had to.
Great. So how can our listeners find out about Home Savings Bank loan products?
You know, probably the best thing to do is pick up the phone and call me at my number, 513-543-7348, or go online to homesavings.com. And they can go through all the different products on
www.homesavings.com.
Correct.
Perfect. Don't touch that dial. Stay tuned after these messages for today's music history, and then Russell and I are going to discuss when is it the best time to buy or sell a home. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right. You can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center presents Billy Crash Craddock, Friday, June the 12th. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com. Billy Crash Craddock is one of the most exciting entertainers in music today with 9 #1 records and 18 top 10s. Crash is the ultimate entertainer, and he'll be singing the hits like Rub It In, Knock 3 Times,
3 times on the ceiling if you want,
and Ruby Baby. Billy Crash Craddock, Friday, June 12th at Renfro Valley Entertainment Center. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com.
Guys, are you tired of paying hundreds of dollars for your ED medications? Hi, I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington, and we are excited to offer generic alternatives to Viagra and Cialis for as little as $5 per dose. Give us a call at 859-431-2857 to find out more. Save Discount Drugs can help you in other ways, too. If you are uninsured or have high deductible insurance, Save Discount Drugs offers everyday low pricing on all of our medications, not just a few that are on the list. We even offer select antibiotics for just $1. So call us at 859-431-2857 to see how you can save time and money at Save Discount Drugs. We have free parking behind the store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857, or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
There are lots of places to find out about places that are closed, but WDJO wants to tell everyone that you are open. If you have a store or a business that's open and operating, WDJO will be happy to make sure that our listeners know about it. Call 513-421-1480 during normal business hours, or stop by 1480WDJO.com and give us all your info. We'll tell everyone here that your store or company is open for business for free. Call 513-421-1480 during normal business hours, or just stop by online at 1480WDJO.com. We can make it through this together. Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
Opportunity is knocking at Home Savings Bank, now part of First Federal Bank of the Midwest. Are you a first-time home buyer looking to move up to that bigger home? Ready to build your dream home? Home Savings Bank has the right mortgage product for you. Call Russell Kling at 513-543-7348 or visit homesavings.com to learn more about these and other great loan programs that fit your needs. Home Savings Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
All of my love, all of my kissing, you don't know what you've been
It's music history time, and this is what happened today. Back in 1958, Buddy Holly kicked off the first night of a 43-date tour at Brooklyn Paramount Theater in Brooklyn, New York. The Alan Freed's Big Beat Show also featured Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Frankie Lyman, the Diamonds, Billy Ford, Danny and the Juniors, the Chantels, Larry Williams, Screaming Jay Hawkins, the Pastels, Joanne Campbell, and Ed Townsend. On most days, the acts played 2 shows. Whoa, that's huge. Today in 1967, working on sessions for the new Beatles album Sgt. Pepper at Abbey Road Studios in London, John Lennon recorded his lead vocal for Good Morning, Good Morning, and Paul McCartney added a lead guitar solo to the track. Lennon had decided he wanted to end the song with animal sound effects and asked that they be sequenced in such a way that each successive animal was capable of scaring or eating the preceding one. Today in 1976, Genesis began their North American tour since Peter Gabriel left the band, appearing in Buffalo, New York, with Phil Collins taking over as lead singer. Oh yeah, he's good. Today in 1992, over $100,000 worth of damage was caused at the Irvin Meadows Amphitheater in California when Ozzy Osbourne invited the first 2 rows of the audience on stage. Shame on you, Ozzy. Several others took up the offer, and the band was forced to exit the stage. You don't do that. Today in 2005, after playing a warm-up date the night before at Los Angeles Sports Arena, U2 kicked off their Vertigo tour at the iPlay One Center in San Diego, California. The 131-date world tour would see the band playing in North America, Europe, South America, and Japan. By the time it finished, the Vertigo tour had sold 4,619,021 tickets, grossing $389 million, the second highest figure ever for a world tour. And today in 2013, Justin Bieber ran into some trouble at Munich airport when customs officials detained and quarantined his monkey. Bieber had recently been given the caption monkey as a pet by record producer Mally Mall. Bieber apparently brought the monkey along to join him on the Austrian and the German leg of his European tour, but he didn't have the documentation required to bring his new friend into Germany. Bieber went on to perform in Munich while the monkey was kept in the custody of authorities. Today in 2013, American rock guitarist and session musician Hugh McCracken died of leukemia in New York City at the age of 70. He appeared on many recordings. Get this: Steely Dan, Billy Joel, Roberta Flack, B.B. King, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, The Monkees, Simon and Garfunkel, James Taylor, Bob Dylan, Carly Simon, Aretha Franklin, Van Morrison, The Four Seasons, Hall & Oates, and Andy Gibb. Because of such high demand for his work, McCracken declined Paul McCartney's invitation to help him form his new band, Wings, after appearing on his 1971 album, Ram. Today in born on this day in 1954, Reba McEntire, country music artist and actress who has scored 35 number 1 singles and released over 25 albums, sometimes referred to as the Queen of Country. She's sold more than 70 million albums worldwide, as well as starring in her television sitcom Reba, for which she was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Performance in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy. There's the answer to the trivia question. That was the
answer.
We hope you found these bits of music history as interesting as I did when researching them to share with you today. And the winner of the trivia question, Tim Kilburn and Brian Magnarini, they guessed Reba McEntire, and also Anthony Sewell knew the right answer as well. So, I'm called Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. Here's why. I play with the greatest classic rock band, BlueStone Ivory. Go to BlueStoneIvory.com. I'm posting live videos. Bring a concert into your home or office or smartphone, any way you want it, of last year's shows. I know you can't get out. We can't get out, but we're bringing at least 3 or 4 mini concerts every week. So go to BlueStoneIvory.com. Our full schedule is on there. Say hi, say I do, say happy anniversary or happy birthday with flowers. Call us, Flower House, at 513-921-0561. They really deliver. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Home Savings Bank and Mr. Russell Kling, 513-543-7348. There's a lot of competition out there, but there's none better than Russell Kling. He's been in the business for long enough time to know what is and what isn't, the right questions to ask, and he's with a company that they say that they are going to get it done for you if it's possible.
If it's possible, we'll get it done.
So, speaking of getting it done, when is the best time to buy a home?
Gary, I'd have to say right now. It's incredible. The interest rates have dropped. Inventories are, at this time of year, they tend to go up some because of there's going to be more houses on the market. So it's a great time to buy.
Yep.
It's been the great time to buy for the last couple of years, but now it's even better.
There are some special incentives for buyers today, right?
There are. The biggest one we've talked about is the types of down payment assistance or no down payment loans. That's always
Now, years ago, back in 2007, 2008, we kind of got in trouble by offering all these.
That was before 2007, 2008. That's when the market crashed, but that crashed for different reasons. Some of them where they were giving away they were giving the houses away or mortgages away. And when things got tight, when the economy slowed down and some of those folks weren't able to make their payments, we hope we don't get back to a situation like that with this, situation we've got with the economy now.
But you're a little more careful about, the appraisals are very, very conservative.
Yep.
And you're making sure that the borrower can buy the house and have some residual left coming in every month so that they should be okay.
One of the things they passed back in the 2010-11 was what they call the ability to repay. We want to make sure that customer has the ability to repay the loan, where some loans were done before that they didn't look at the ability to repay.
Right.
So it makes a big difference nowadays on how we review a file.
February's numbers are in. The real estate news from the Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors and our president, Kelly Meyer. Thank you, Kelly, for your service. February home sales, second best ever. Average price up over prior year for 11th straight month. 2020 February home sales recorded the second best year since 2006, with sales up 6.7% compared to February a year ago. Home sales this month were 1,571 compared to 1,473 in February of 2019, and it just keeps getting better. So how's the COVID-19 affecting mortgages? Or is it?
It is. Not only on your side of the fence in terms of how things are done with showing properties, et cetera, but we're seeing some appraisers declining to do inspections, the appraisals. We're seeing some recording, the county recorder's office, either limited staff or closed altogether. So you've got to find ways to work around those items, such as maybe a drive-by appraisal instead of an interior-exterior appraisal. A lot of the metropolitan areas have access to electronic documents at the courthouse, so they can do title exams and title searches. So it is affecting the business, but it hasn't stopped the business.
Right.
So that's the good thing. But we're in uncharted water. We don't know what's going to happen next week or the week after. all we can do is just kind of keep the lines of communication open with everybody, saying, hey, this is what's going on, or this is what we're waiting on, or that's the biggest thing is communication.
Mm-hmm. And here's what we're getting the directive from the Cincinnati Area Board Office. Closure information. It's just really common sense, Russell. It's if you're going to do a home inspection, usually the buyer shows up for the home inspection, accompanies the inspector. Inspectors are doing home inspections. They're just practicing being more cautious by wearing rubber gloves, sanitizing. We ask you, and I've always told my buyers, the home inspection is not the time to bring your friends and family. You and the inspector, that's it. You don't need a dozen people in the house. Same way with the time of the closing. We have a big lobby before you get into our office, and that's where the kids and the families staying. We bring in the signers for the closing, and we sit them down, and just using common sense, ladies and gentlemen. That's all there is to it.
It's a lot of common sense right now, and take advice. If you're not sure, ask. That's the biggest thing. Ask what to do.
If you're not feeling well, don't go. Home inspectors are saying, don't come and accompany me through the whole inspection. Come for the last 30 minutes. I'll review the inspection with you. If you don't feel well, we'll send it to you electronically. We'll get on the phone. We'll review it over the phone for you. So you're not going to miss anything. There's no stone unturned here. Use common sense. Use safe. And when this is all over, guess what? We're going to continue to sanitize and wash. So it's going to kill the common cold, the common flu, which kills 10 times, 20 times more than what the COVID virus is doing right now. So anyhow, if you do have a question, your time is about up. Because stay tuned, don't touch that dial. Next, we're going to have a little visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. If you do have a question, call Russell this week at 513-543-7348. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, you can call me. I'm open for business. I'm at 513-777-2402. So again, stay tuned, don't touch that dial. We'll be back with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
Come on, baby, shake on the moves.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center presents the legendary B.J. Thomas.